Trustee Bourbon?
Okay. I'd like to request that this trustee report be entered into the meeting minutes verbatim, along with the letter that was sent to me back in December. I'd also like to request that I be allowed to read my speech in its entirety, as it is in response to the letter that was sent by the majority of the village board. Your letter states that a majority of the village board feel that the current battle has gone on too long and costs the village too much money. This is not and should not be village business, and it could have been stopped. This could have been stopped immediately by stating so the first time it was brought up before the board. Your inaction is the only reason this has gone on this long at village board meetings. To my knowledge, discussion regarding this letter never occurred during a village board meeting, meaning discussion never took place in front of the public. I do believe that's an open meetings violation. How and when exactly did this discussion take place? Who was present during this discussion? And before I receive any answers from anybody later on, I would like to remind everybody that the 2+2 meetings circumvent the Open Meetings Act, and the appearance of secret meetings should also be avoided at all costs. I'd like to know exactly how much money the village has diverted to this non-village business. What is the exact amount? Then I'd like to know what that amount was specifically spent on. Was this board provided official documentation by District 34 stating a breakdown of costs incurred by District 34? We are separate taxing bodies. Therefore, the village would have had to request this information from District 34. Did the board make statements of fact without proper documented proof? I am a duly elected board member with the same rights and privileges as you. I have worn my title of mother since the day I found out I was pregnant. That title is worn 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a title that I will always fight to protect, whether this board wants to acknowledge it or not. This board has no right to infringe on my parental rights or my private rights. Each member of this board has one vote and one vote only, and that one vote can only be exercised at this dais in this boardroom. Our elected duties only exist inside this boardroom, not outside of it. I have been and continue to be well within my rights as a parent and private citizen. My right to protect my child from those who do harm. That is my right until my child reaches adulthood and can protect himself. The title of mother supersedes all titles, period. This board does not have the authority to tell me when my title of mother can be used, or that my elected title supersedes my title as mother. Not once have I crossed the line between parent duties and elected duties, and that is a fact. If I believe that a village ordinance has been violated, not only do I have the right to question it, it is my duty as an elected official to question it. I question the book Genderqueer being in the D117 library because I believe that it violated village code. When I was finally informed by the village attorney that in fact it was not a violation because our school districts are separate taxing bodies, the discussion as an elected official stopped there. I was well within my right to question this as an elected official, regardless of public opinion. Hearsay is not fact. It's obvious that this letter stems from hearsay and bullying, not facts. What other statement can I make other than the fact that I have always taken these actions as a parent and a private citizen? Being elected to my trustee position does not negate the facts that I've stated, and it does not remove my rights to act in this position. Not only did the District 34 school board president reach out to the mayor during the summer of 2021, she also reached out to individual trustees to complain about me voicing my concerns to the district as a mother. Those initial calls from the D34 school board president should have been met with, "I'm sorry, but this is not village business," period. End of story. Is there a requirement for elected officials that I'm unaware of that states that I must give up the ability to voice my opinion or fact on social media? Does this board understand that I want public with my concerns because the District 34 school board president's first response to me pulled in my elected position into something that had nothing to do with my elected position? You should, because I did tell you guys this. This letter states that there is no way this board can or will stop the relentless harassment, mental abuse, and the discussion of non-village business during public comment. The most telling part of that statement, or will. The village is concerned about my safety? Really? Is this why the village has allowed this relentless harassment and mental abuse and discussion of non-village business for over 9 months now? Is this why the village has ignored the fact that I filed for a restraining order against a former elected school board member Is this the reason, or is this why the village has ignored the fact that I had an official letter excusing my absence from a meeting last month? I told our village attorney that I would provide both documents to the village as proof, but instead I was advised not to send them. Is this why the mayor felt the need to tell me back in 2021 that he felt that the school board president had it out for me and placed a target on my back? After the meeting that he attended because the District 34 school board president demanded that meeting? That's what this board calls concern for my safety. That's not concern. That's ignoring the facts and hope that this will be brushed under the rug. Actions against me have been based on nothing but hearsay, demands, threats, and bullying, not due process. Your solution was silencing me and adding a timer to public comment, but I'm sorry, that timer is not a solution to this issue. The letter also states the village hopes resources, taxpayer dollars, personal and professional time will stop being diverted from our daily tasks because of this. It also states that I'm the only one who can stop this from continuing. I'm the only one? The village had the power to stop this before it even started by simply stating that this was not village business, but you didn't. Instead, you fell prey to the relentless demands and threats made by a small majority. Why? All the village had to do was make a public statement at the board meeting at which this first occurred. You knew they were coming, you saw it on social media, and you had plenty of time to properly prepare. You didn't. If necessary, this public statement should have been repeated at every meeting thereafter. You didn't. 5 simple words. This is not village business. It's really that easy. Village staff should have been instructed that they are not to engage in any discussion of non-village business on village time or on the taxpayer dollar. This board refuses to take a stand on important issues facing our town. Now, unless I'm missing something, not only in regards to in regards to the well-being of our children, but also to public safety. I'd like to know what happened to the resolution opposing the Safety Act. I initiated discussion on the Safety Act last month during my trustee report. It was discussed at great length at our strategic planning session, and the decision was made that the village would place this resolution before the board. That's not a waste of tax time, or that's not a waste of time. That's not a waste of my time. Is that not a waste of village resources, taxpayer dollars, and professional time? If this board was so concerned with being fiscally responsible, why was the board presented with a $500,000 gazebo imported from Italy? Why would this board ever even entertain the idea that if they're so concerned with fiscal responsibility? And I'm sorry, but that price tag is deceitful. Since this board has allowed non-village business discussion to occur for the last 2 years, I'd like to take this opportunity to ask the mayor and trustees if they actually support and promote these harmful ideological theories in our schools and in the town of which they govern. This board owes our town a public statement against these harmful ideological theories being forced on our children in town. If you won't make this public statement, why won't you? You, not I, made this village business. If these harmful theories are not present in our schools, this board would have no problem making this public statement. If children of this town are in fact being subjected to these harmful theories, it is your duty to our children to speak out against it. If this board and the village administrator truly want the village of Antioch to be a destination, the biggest draw is an exceptional school system where all are welcome. My fight as a concerned private citizen is not damaging the village's reputation. This board's inaction is damaging this town's and my reputation. The school districts are damaging their own reputations as well as this town's and mine. If what I've stated as a private citizen is not true, why has the school already spent and continues to spend so much money on people and companies promoting these harmful theories? Confronting and voicing our concerns to the D34 and D117 school board, documentation and sound proof have proven that parents in this town can't get anywhere with them. They refuse to listen, and they have discriminated against certain citizens of Antioch. They've made it clear that they will not stop at anything. They will stop at nothing to silence anyone with opposing views, even if it means ruining reputations and lives. That's not democracy.